Hey everybody, you're watching Cole the Cornstar. If you're even slightly interested in farming or just want to watch a 22-year-old farmer get some stuff done, you're in the right place. Don't forget to like the video. Hey guys! We have a lot of stuff to do today. It's like the nicest day it's been in like 3 weeks. It's 50 degrees out right now. I got a lot of stuff I still need to power wash. So let's pull the bean head out quick and start washing some stuff. There's a little bit of a tight fit in here, but hey Tiger Cat. How'd you do that, buddy? Come here. Come here. Tiger Cat, it looks like you've been in a fight. Yeah, were you fighting a mountain lion? Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare ya. But anyway, guys, we got the bean head back here. The bean head, we just kind of pulled it out of the field and brought it in here. The weather hasn't been phenomenal for us to be able to wash it yet, so it's been sitting inside. I want to get it blown off and then washed, and then we can put it away. Anna, what are you doing?
Hi, girl. Hi.
I done fell asleep.
But anyway, I need to power wash the corn head and bean head. Then we're going to pull them into the shop. We're going to go through them, and then that way they'll be completely ready for next harvest. All right, it's kind of a tight fit. Look at this thing, guys. Absolutely filthy. Filthy, filthy, filthy. Ah! We're going fast. Just kidding. Here we are! Wait a minute. You guys thought that I was just gonna pull the bean head up there and only do the bean head at once? No, we're gonna do the corn head at the same time. By the way, if there's any company out there that wants to give us an 8-row header trailer, that would be absolutely awesome, because right now we have a 6-row header trailer that we kind of converted to fit the 8-row on, and it doesn't really fit the best. If you want to work with me, my email is in the video description. Send me an email. Hey, while I'm walking around here in the field, look at how this residue is breaking down with the Calmer BT choppers. That is so small. It is breaking down so fast. This is gonna be, look at that. This is gonna be incredible for when planting season rolls around. This stuff is gonna be so broken down. We're just gonna be able to no-till right into this, and it's gonna be awesome. Okay, back to the corn head. Not as good as the first, but better than trying it like 27 times. You guys remember how I kind of said we took a 6-row header trailer, put an 8 on it? Yeah, that's where these come into play. We built this little bracket right here that we stick this through, and that keeps the head from falling off. But it's super fussy, and you got about that much room to get it onto. If you're homemade and you know it, clap your hands. If you're homemade and you know it, clap your hands. If you're homemade and you know it and you really want to show it, come look at our trailer. That one's bent. Well, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. That needs to be blown off. Yeah, that has already been blown off. They both need to be power washed. You know what? Let's just assess this and see if it really needs to be blown off. I might be able to just run the power washer over it. Come on. You know what? After doing a quick and dirty observation, I think I can just get away with blasting this off with the power washer. You notice how this half is much cleaner than this half? That's because that side didn't have a hydraulic line burst and get all over the bean head. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna take the screwdriver and I'm gonna go in all these little cracks and crevices, and I'm gonna clear out all this little chaff and stuff, because some of it you just can't get out with the power washer. You gotta get in there with the old screwdriver and just get it out. Now the reason why I'm cleaning this in the first place, first off, nobody likes to look at a dirty piece of equipment in the shed. Secondly, mice absolutely love all this little bean straw and stuff. They just make nests all over stuff, and then they chew through hoses, wires, whatever. It just makes a huge headache. And then lastly, for just the simplicity's sake of working on it, on it. When you got a bunch of stuff falling in your face, that's not fun either. So if it's clean, it's a lot more fun to work on. And then you can notice things that are broken that you may not have noticed otherwise if it was covered with dirt. The hardest part about the bean head to clean out is in here because it sits in like a little cup and the auger's in the way, so you can't just push it all to the middle. So sometimes you got to get in there with your hands, and that's the hardest part. Roger, what you doing, buddy? By the way, guys, this is Roger. He's a new cat. Come here, can I pet you? Not yet? All right, you'll warm up to me. Okay, we'll see ya. Good job, Mama Cornstar.
Thanks, son. It's dirty.
So this is how you do the one half. You gotta get a little brush in here and you gotta stick it in. You can only get to half of it, so I'm gonna crawl inside of here later and we'll get the other half. But then I'm also going along the sickle here and I'm clearing off all this trash. Sometimes stuff gets stuck in here, so I use a screwdriver. The corn head and bean head both take about 2 hours a piece if you're gonna clean all the trash off of them and then wash them. But if you're just gonna wash it, it only takes an hour. And you always start with the dirty spots. Always. Otherwise, when you're washing a dirty spot after you already have a clean spot, clean the dirty spot ends up on the clean spot and now you have 2 dirty spots. Gentlemen, it only took me 2.5 hours to power wash everything up. Whoever said power washing was a fun job was a liar, because I'm kind of soaked and I'm covered with mud. And look at that, it looks like I wet myself. I don't know if my right leg is completely soaked, but my left one's relatively dry. We got the corn head clean now, the bean head's clean. We just got to do this red semi here under the trailer is the least fun part about doing a semi. And then I need to do the white Volvo one more time. Basically under here is the absolute worst part. Shouldn't take me too long because I've got it down to a science now. Then once this is power washed, we're gonna vac out the cab on this semi, vac out the white Volvo, vac out the Freightliner, and then we'll be able to put everything away for the summer and winter and in spring. But as for the corn head and bean head, now that they're all power washed up, I'm gonna check them out in the morning when it's light out and I'll be able to see if I missed any spots, and if I did, I'm gonna get those spots. And then we're gonna make some room in the shop here and we're gonna pull them inside. We need to check over the bean head to make sure everything is running a-okay. And then on the corn head, we got a couple little tiny small things that we need to fix for next year, and then we'll put those away in their summer vacation home once they're done in here. Guys, just look how decently clean the shop is right now. I really like it when it's clean. Okay, I guess I'm being summoned to go to a movie tonight, and I should probably go, so I'm gonna quit early, and we will be back tomorrow. Well, hey guys, we are back the next day. I've not got anything done here on the farm this morning because I had play practice for a nativity scene that Nave and I are doing tonight. We are Joseph and Mary, so we've been practicing that all morning. I'm gonna get this semi cleaned up, gonna try to get the red semi cleaned up, and then I'll have to go to my play. Dad's still in the big machine shed hauling corn out. He's making a really good dent in there. That building is almost empty now. All right, let's go for a ride. Here we are. Got my handy dandy shop vac, got my trash bucket. First thing we're gonna do is just go through, take out all the trash, and then we'll go through with vacuum cleaner and we'll suck up all the little fines, and then we'll tuck stuff away neatly. Then the cab will be clean. Judging by the amount of trash that was in the red Volvo, I can tell you exactly who was driving this semi. And his name rhymes with Daddy Cornstar.
Anna, you come up. Come on, girl. Come on, Anna. Anna, come on, girl.
Funny dog. Okay, let's try this again. I decided to pull the corn head and the bean head out here in the field. That way they're out of the way when I'm working on stuff up there. The corn head cleaned up really nice. See, we got all that chaff and stuff off all these wires. And now mice and rats won't climb all over this and decide to make a little home right in here and then chew through all these wires. The only work we need to do on the corn head this winter is this shaft right here is somehow tweaked a little bit. So when this goes around, this kicks in and out. So I'll have to pull that gearbox apart and put in a new shaft right there. That's why we have that snoot off. And then we got the old 30-foot bean head here. It cleaned up really nice. Just take a second to appreciate how clean that is. Wow. On the bean head here, the only work that we need to do, first off, we need to check all the sickles and guards to make sure nothing's bent or broken. And then secondly, there's this row of poly plates all the way under the bean head. And some of these are getting a little bit sad looking. So we'll have to find which ones need replaced. We'll get those ordered and we'll get those put on. The only issue is, in order to fix both of these things on the corn head and bean head, we need to put them on the combine. Dad does not want to get the combine out to put them on. And he wants to basically wait till next year just before we're about ready to use them. And we are not doing that. We're going to get them on and we're going to get that stuff fixed so then it's done. Then when harvest season rolls around next year, it'll just be ready to go. Right now is winter time and that's when we do shop projects. It's when we have the most time to do stuff. So we're just going to take the opportunity and do it. I'm a big fan of asking for forgiveness instead of asking for permission, so we're just gonna ask for forgiveness if Dad gets mad at us, and he'll be glad we ended up doing it anyway, because next fall is gonna roll around, it's gonna be super busy, and we're gonna have 101,000 things to do, and he's not gonna wanna take the time to tackle into this stuff. And I'll be like, Dad, we already got it done, so no need to worry about it. He's gonna be like, oh yeah. And Dad is gonna be like, cool, I'm so happy that I did not listen to myself and I listened to you instead. He might not think that right now, but he'll think that then. All right, let's go power wash. Whenever I'm power washing the semis, the big thing I really focus on is up under the fifth wheel here. A bunch of mud and stuff gets packed up in there and all the joints. And what happens is if you leave that in there over time, it starts to rust through all that metal, and then that metal will start to get weak, and then it'll bow, and then you have to replace the underside of that, and that costs about $5,000. Don't ask me how I know that. What I'm saying is just doing a little bit of preventative maintenance goes a long ways, and it saves a lot of money down the road. It's kind of funny, the white semi's clean now, but I'm not. Time to do the red one. Under here, seriously, it's a lot of fun. It really is. I mean, if you like mud shooting in your face and it being so foggy you can't see in there, it's fun then. Fun fact, I really like it when stuff is clean, I like it when it's organized, and I like it when it's tidy. Right now, our equipment is not clean, it's not organized, it's not tidy, but we're gonna change that. Good thing you guys are watching this video because you're gonna witness it right here. I know it's kind of ironic because my face is dirty, but that's what showers are for, right? Here we go, guys. Let's get into the video. Okay, here's an update. Red semi's done. White semi, which is drying off at the end of the driveway, is done. Cornhead, beanhead are done. I'm dirty. I'm very dirty. The combine. Oh, the combine. Boop, 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 boop. We're turning this way because I'm hiding something from you guys. It's over on this side of the screen. The combine, yes! Let's get this out and wash it again. Usually with the combine, you gotta wash it at least 2 times, usually 3 times to get it all, because when you wash one area, it blows it to another area, and you wash that area and it blows it back. You gotta kind of do that a couple times. And once all that stuff's wet, you can't see what's clean, what's not, so then you gotta let it dry again so you can see what you missed, and you come back and you get it again. So let's do round 2. I put the auger out over the semi-trailer here because the end of the spout always gets missed every single year, and it sits in the shop and it looks absolutely terrible because that black spout is dirty, and we're not having that this year. I want it to look nice when it's in the shop, not dirty. It's kind of like the wheels on a car. If you don't wash those but you clean the rest, like, it looks kind of clean, but it still looks dirty because the wheels are dirty. Same thing with the spout. Yep. Hey Dad, why don't you take notes from this? Believe it or not, it's that easy. For those of you who don't know, Dad is notorious for not putting the power washer hose away. He'll pull it all the way in here and he'll have it all bundled up right here on the floor, but he won't roll it up. I don't know why. There we have it. The combine is completely clean now. It basically just needs to be washed one more time on the outside shell where we can use soap and a brush to get all the fine little stuff, and then that way it'll be ready to be waxed. All 3 semis are done now, so 2 of the trailers can go back to the big machine shed, 1 of the semis can go there, and then the other 2 semi-tractors themselves are going to stay here at the shop because they got some work that need to be done on them. And then we can't forget about the corn head and bean head that we cleaned up too. Those have a little bit of work as well. Thank you guys so much for joining me today in my little power washing adventure. We got a lot of stuff cleaned up. And now the weather can get kind of nasty outside. It doesn't really matter because everything outside is already done. So we just got stuff we need to do in here. With all that being said, this is the end of the video. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, write them down in the comments and don't forget to subscribe. If you want to stay tuned for everything that goes on here on the farm, hit the subscribe button, then hit the little bell notification beside it, and then you'll be notified when I post new videos. That way you can follow along on our journey here on Cornstar Farms. We'll see you in the next video, guys. Have a good one.